Sadness. True sadness. Press F, boys. Press F for the only Twitter account I've ever managed to get far enough to get verified. Within the span of like 2 days of it being verified, it was nuked. Like, literally, it was like 2 days. I'm not even kidding. Within 2 days, it was fucking nuked. Rayavelli Squishy for $2. Hey, Loli, they're trying to do AC6 like Ultra Kill. Like a bunch of perverts are doing like butt plug runs or some shit. Please don't. Please don't. You paid for that verification. Yeah, I know. But it was like 4,400 followers. You know, it was substantial. It was, you know, I felt as if it was earned. You know, at least how I thought. Well, yeah. You know, and as you can see from the texts, taken down for violent speech, and that violent speech, no erotic cat lolly role playing. Don't do that. And some people on Twitter decided to have very strong feelings. You know, you tell them, hey, don't go erotic cat lolly role playing with people. That's kind of weird. That's kind of fucked up. And they report you. They get you. You know, horrible injustice in this world. Can't speak truth to power. I know, right? You know, I call out Hunter Biden for his erotic cat lolly role playing, and this is what gets me. You know, two bullets in the back of the head, rolled to suicide, nuked my account for violent speech. You know, rest in peace, my beloved Sequoia. You know, my beloved Sequoia can never use that again, or they'll catch on to me. So sad news, sadness. But legends say I'm still out there. Some legends. I'll keep that up there just for a little bit. What does Elon mean by this? Truly, what does he mean by this? So pedos false flag you, typical, right? Find it funny how persons involved, I won't name names, gotta be objective here, tried to debate me, and when I said I have a lot of his unlisted videos downloaded, he made them public. That's pretty funny. Why did he get banned? As you can see, you know, you talk bad about the erotic cat lolly role-playing aspects of Twitter, and I know where you wake up with your account banned and your dog missing. That's just how it goes. You know? What was it from the words of Voltaire? It's like, you'll know who is in power by who you're not allowed to criticize. Well, there you go. The erotic cat lolly role players. They're in charge of society. Yeah, can't talk back to the aristocracy. Yeah. I survived because the fire inside me is a light shining in the darkness, and the darkness could not comprehend it. You lost your dog? Yeah. Yeah, they took Winston, and there was a note that said if I ever want to see him again, stop talking bad about the erotic cat lolly role players. You know? And they promised they'll give him back, but I'm not allowed to question the establishment. We love our Catboy Ranch overlords. Very true. Very true. So everyone in chat, here, give me a sec. Here we go. Just so it's made very, very clear the stance of this channel. There we go. Arcade Square for $2. Sailor really loved his Discord kid. Yeah. Well, should I ask out this girl on my dorm floor? Yes. Yes. And like knock on her door at the middle of the night. And then when she comes to you about how there's weird noises outside her apartment, promise you'll protect her from them. Magus on Control, $5. Never forget Operation Outback, September 12th. Truly the second greatest American tragedy. Allah is not happy. Aging for $2. Thoughts on fighting? In what way? Because I like watching it, like boxing and stuff. That's fun. Our greatest ally. That's right. Catboy Ranch in Israel. Our greatest allies. Let me move this. So, just so you know, Elon, we love our Catboys and we love Israel. So you should really let me back onto your website. I'm just saying. Debate me, bro. Should I stay away from 4chan? Just, stick close to safe boards like V and stuff like that, and you'll be fine. Mark99 for $2 sub reminder in case I missed it. Drink some water. Also, surprised your Twitter lasted this long. Yeah. I was a good boy on it. I was good. I support current thing. Exactly. Thoughts on Unity and their self-destruction and switch engines, because I have no idea why they thought that was a good idea to add a fee for every time there was an installation, but I guess they learned the hard way. Should I buy the entire Dragon Age franchise or Monster Hunter World for the same price? World. You'll put a lot more time into it. Dragon Age, the only good one is Origins. Bleach didn't lose your channel to Bitcoin thieves. That is true. That is true. We went out with a bang. We went out with one of the most entertaining sagas of I'll go ahead and say the year. We're close enough to the end of the year. Have you watched the new Hololive Girls? If so, which one's your favorite? I like Radon. I like the, I think her name is Shiori. The, psycho goth girl. I kind of like that one. Do you like 40k or fantasy better? I like Warhammer Fantasy more. Former EA CEOs in charge of Unity sold 50,000 shares along with his friends over the last year. They're going to tank Unity for a quick buck. Yeah. Obviously some stock manipulation here. Oh, I almost forgot. I also got to show you guys something. So, here.
You just spent at least $50 to some random YouTuber. Guess you earned a little appearance by old Uncle Saul.
We have a new we have a new stream alert. We have old Uncle Saul. I thought it was fun. How did your tweet include any insight of violence? Because the actual image that was attached was the picture of a gura pointing to a noose, and I guess it got mass flagged by individuals who love erotic cat lolly role playing. So they deemed that as an actual genuine threat of violence. Same people who are calling other individuals pedophiles for watching Hololive, by the way, so, not exactly equivalent here, but a pair of socks for $10, that too will soon disappear with a single tear, like morning dew. Thumbs at $100. I have not decided. I think Uncle Saul determines it for up to 50. I'll come up with some more.
You just spent at least $50 to some random YouTuber. Guess you earned a little appearance by old Uncle Saul.
Just for those that didn't catch it last time. Congratulations, you just created Saul per chats. Yeah. So I got flagged by a bunch of Puritan lolicons over an internet joke. The exact opposite. There was this individual. There were these group of individuals who were going on a massive fucking shit fit about how if you watch Gura in Hololive, you are a horrible person. You are a pedophile. It's not directly CP, but the only people that would ever watch Hololive are pedophiles. Therefore, you're watching it like it's CP. This endless fucking thing. And then I kind of popped in and went, hey. If you consider this shit to be child porn, one dude directly said, if I could, I would gun after Hololive for pushing animated child porn. Word for word what he said. I basically came in and was like, hey, if you consider this shit to be child porn, why are you reposting it to get gotchas at people? Where you're posting clips of Gura's new outfit reveal where she's in like the bikini on the beach thing. Is like, if you think that's child porn, why are you reposting it? And it was met with, well, I can post stuff I deem to be child porn because I'm like a prosecutor. This is something an actual person actually said to me. In which it had to be pointed out, you are not a fucking prosecutor. And the only response was, yeah, I am. It's like, I'd love for you to try this with actual law enforcement. Where it's like, no, you see, I totally can post what I deem to be child porn. It's like the dude who, he got in trouble with Twitter because he posted censored, quote-unquote, pics of Daisy's destruction, which was like a really infamous child porn clip. And then he obviously got banned and got in trouble for that, where it's like, dude, you can't do that. Even if it's censored, it is still illegal material. It's still child porn. And he didn't understand that, like, even if you quote-unquote censor it, like, dude, it doesn't fucking matter. Who are you talking about? Individuals that were responsible for the Twitter getting nuked. And yeah, it was literally met with, yeah, huh. It's like, holy fuck, you're stupid. You are fucking stupid. Did you see the Mexican alien mummies? Yeah. That was fun. Fair part is when the goober kept calling you SJW pedo, lolly of all people SJW. Yeah, right? And then, like, it got to the point the dude literally, like, fucking started streaming at 3 a.m. to an audience of, like, 10 viewers. To censor, don't you need an uncensored image? Exactly. But it's like, he literally was, like, streaming to an audience of 10 viewers, 7 of which were people that were fans of me. Trying to go, like, no, it's different. It's different when we do it. It's different. It's okay. Because there was another guy who, he had, like, an NFT avatar. And it's like, it's kind of like styled off of, Pop Team Epic. You know, one of those characters. And they're in a Higo hoodie. Now, for those that don't know anything about the Higo hoodie, it was a big meme back in the day. You know, back in the day, circa 2017, to wear the Higo hoodie, which is like a hoodie with a bunch of different cropped hentai pictures of like girls doing the Higo face with like orgasming. And I pointed out to him, it's like, you do know that hoodie has like lolly hentai on it, right? Some dude literally went in and fucking sourced every single face and like where they came from, and some of them were lolly hentai. And in that stream where the dude's like having a fucking breakdown, crying and moaning, he was like, no, it's different. It's different because you only see their face. It's like, if you consider this shit to be child porn, it doesn't matter that you only see their face. If anything, the fact you jump to that makes it worse. Mr. Skullface Garcia, $5. Hey, Almighty, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? I like Empire. Empire is probably my favorite. He did it on stream. Yes, literally a stream with like at most 15 people watching, 8 of which were people that watched me, and they were making fun of the dude to the point he cut it after like 30 minutes. Did you hear Las Vegas getting hacked? We need to hack Las Vegas. But yeah, it was funny. Dad show for $2. Hey Lolly, what I miss? I'm explaining the origins of the dead Twitter and why we love Catboy Ranch in Israel and we love the current thing, and you know, please Daddy Elon, we did nothing wrong.
He turned us into fucking killers.
I want to see the freak out. Where do I look? In the aether. It will always be there. But yeah, it was funny. It was funny because I mean it. Yeah, there we go. I have made my standpoint on lolly shit very, very clear multiple times, and that I don't like lolly shit. I don't like, you know, anything like that. It's just not my thing. But the people that argue against it and rail against it 99.9% of the time are outed as massive fucking like idiots. They're outed for doing something equivalent or not agreeing with their own standards. You have shit like Mudahar where he's telling everyone you need to be on a watch list for it. Meanwhile, he's looking up fucking cartel executions and trying to go like, well, that's different because I just like the cartel wars. It's like, okay, none of you... Why even make the standards this high if none of you are going to live by them? Like, you know this will fuck you over, so why are you pushing it to be this bad? You also have situations like the cosplayer who did Tatsumaki from One Punch Man, where she's literally an adult woman who's just petite, and she got fucking railed on and accused of being like pedo bait and all that because she wanted to do Tatsumaki, and people were like trying to report her to the fucking police. It's like, you know, the people who like lolly shit are fucking weird. The people that don't like it get downright retarded. And it's one of those of, if there was any justice in the world, both angles of it would be locked in a dark room and forced to kill each other. And new Berserk coming soon? Supposedly in about a week. Isn't Tatsumaki like 30? Exactly. Do the cops for cosplay? Yes, it was an actual thing. You had the fucking it was a cosplayer and her sister, where it was the main one that like pissed everybody off was the chick who did Tatsumaki, and her sister did her older sister, you know, Tatsumaki's sister, the tall one with big titties. I don't remember her name, but she posted the cosplay, and a bunch of fucking, you know, people who like get all up in arms about lolly shit tried to report her to the fucking police for pedo bait. You also have shit like Fubuki, yeah. But you also have shit like the one that will forever scream in my head is the Uzaki situation, where they're trying to say that a woman who is 20 years old in college with big tits is a lolly. It's like, okay, you have no idea what the fuck that word means. You also have famously the witch from Dragon's Crown, where Jason Schreier said that if you liked her, you're a pedophile. And the witch from Dragon's Crown is like a fucking seductive woman who has like a massive ass and huge tits. Like, you have no idea what the fuck you're saying. Like, some of the Spurgat was also like some of the one that involved like the fucking Twitter going out. I was seeing people go like, oh yeah, well, you know, Japan doesn't know any better because only recently they outlawed child porn. And I'm like, none of you have any fucking clue what you're talking about. Like, you're building all these like insane assumptions off a place you never fucking went to, and you have no idea the history. Like, hey, yeah, go to Japan and walk around with child porn, even back there in the fucking 80s, and see how well that ends for you. They'll beat the shit out of you. You know, it's like when they try to use the age of consent thing as a gotcha. We're like, oh, well, the age of consent in Japan was 13. It's like, no, that was a, you know, prefect by prefect thing, and even then, those prefects had laws that raised it up to 18. Shocker, if you try to fuck a dude's 12-year-old daughter, he'd kill you. It's like, have some basis in reality here, and that's why it's a thing where it's like, okay, none of you have any idea what the hell you're talking about, and you are actively making it not fun to be involved in anything. People really think pedophilia is a cultural standard in Japan. They really do. There is no concept for anything beyond, you know, whatever anime headlines shoved down their fucking throat. She has a big hat. Exactly. Federally, it's 13. Locally, it's 16, 18. Not even that. It's like, no, it's federally, it is 18 over there, too. The gotcha cokes who wanted to talk down to people who wanted Ashley porn mods, especially irks me as they claim she was underage. Character is 20. Yeah, she's in college. Like that one Vice video, which I fucking hate. Yeah, the one where they flat out refuse to show it in Japan because they know they can get sued for slander. That one person that was arguing with you on Twitter over Gura changed the Rimuru PFP and stole this one person's PFP. It's so weird. Yeah, so fucking, like, the one of the guys I was arguing with, he had a fucking Rimuru PFP. Now, granted, it wasn't of the actual, like, human version of Rimuru, but it was the slime version. But the point is, it's like, you're going on this fucking massive tirade about how you think if you watch Hololive, this is the guy that said, I can repost child porn because I'm like a prosecutor. Word for word, that's what he fucking said. And it was like, hey, why are you going on such a massive tirade about, how you'll take down Hololive if you get the chance, do this, do that, and you have fucking Rimuru from Reincarnated as a slime. The thing is, as stated, they're the slime version, not the human version. But if you ever watched Reincarnated as a slime, there's lolly scenes in it. There's scenes of lolly characters in it. So it's like, by your own definition, this is the standard you wanted. You would be buried with a bullet in the back of your head. So why? You violate it. You break it. You're not following your own fucking rule here. Why are you pushing it on everyone else? And the truth is, it's because they don't fucking believe in it. It's a fucking gotcha shit. So, Rimmer is not a lolly. He's more of a Shota, even though I think he's taller than I think. But yeah, Demon Lolly Girl is a thing. Well, it's like you have Demon Lolly Girl. Even if you want to argue the technicals, like, I don't bring in the technicals at all because the technicals don't matter. I was even seeing people who, once again, wanted to cut people's heads off for the fucking Gura thing go like, well, technically it's a femboy. It's like, why is this something to debate now? Why is it now details matter when originally it's, well, if you watch Gura, you're a fucking pedophile who needs to die. It's like, no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to be specific and go, well, technically it doesn't match it this time. It's like, no, this is what you wanted. Okami Lunaris for $10. Fun fact, Lolly roleplay guy tried to call most critical a hypocrite because he doesn't find Lolly comparable to the Cuties movie and someone sharing real CP in a Discord server. Yeah, obviously it's completely different. I'm a prosecutor, bro thinks he's Edgeworth, right? Age from $2. Thoughts on ER? I don't watch enough of his videos, but he's always seemed cool. He's always seemed cool. Because them under fire, not other people. Exactly. So it's this thing where, I named my channel what it is because at first I thought it was funny, and now it's actually to a point of it really shows just how much people... I'm trying to find the right way to word it. It really shows how much people are addicted to scalping. They are addicted to scalping. Where they will throw away self-preservation in the name of getting a W. Which is what makes this whole situation so funny. This whole situation was as funny as it is because they made sweeping assumptions about who I am, who people who watch me are, and people who watch fucking Hololive. And the minute it was turned on them, and it's like, well, what about you? What about your shit? What about the things you did? Out of nowhere, it spiraled out of control. The same people who are trying to be okay with saying the word pedophile. Yeah. I just want to say your work on Berserk is amazing. Watching the 20-plus hour vid, much appreciated. Can't wait to do anime-style stuff. Would you consider doing Claymore next? I reviewed the Claymore anime a while back, but yeah, I'd like to talk about the manga and how it differed. They were just like the gang in Blood Meridian. Don't compare them to something legitimately cool, but I get your point. Once they ran out of Indian scalps, ran Indian scalp for money, they started scalping Mexicans, eventually burn them bad. Well, I mean, it's most critical is very disingenuous. But in the exact situation the dude brought up, it did matter. Where it's like, this is not an actual principled thing. This is not something to where they legitimately believe everyone who watches anime is a pedophile. No, they just gun after whoever is the weakest target and then, rally a bunch of people against that, and then from there can score a W because I'm the guy that exposed a quote-unquote pedophile. But as stated, once they run into a situation where people start questioning, well, what about shit you did? It spirals out of control because they're not prepared for that. Because how dare you question me? You're supposed to go after the guy I'm telling you to go after. That kind of thing. That's where you run into situations where I can upload what I consider to be child porn because I'm like a prosecutor and I'm posting evidence to the court, and it's like, but you're not. You're posting on Twitter. You're committing distribution of child porn. So that's a felony. Can you do reviews of Spanish animations like Unicorn War? Maybe. But yeah, and you kind of see the end result of my shenanigans. They reported me and nuked me because, you know, I was making fun of them, and they didn't appreciate that. And the reason I'm trying not to name them is because this is the group that they view any sort of usage of their name as a positive, where, ooh, we got a guy to talk about us. Once again, blatant grifting, blatant fucking attention seeking, and that's why they will lob out pedophile accusations left and right, and then get offended when you bring it back to them. Because to them, they're just trying to get their name out there, and it's supposed to be a publicity thing. And when people point out, well, you're kind of doing the same thing you're accusing others of doing, it's like, well, I'm not a pedophile, though. It's like, yeah, it's almost like you're not supposed to fucking accuse everybody of being a pedophile if you don't have proof. So, was that loser who kept trying to get you on stream to debate? Yeah, that whole circle where they all had their own unique mental breakdowns over the course of like 2 days, where one had to change his avatar and pretended like he didn't know reincarnated as a slime and had lolly shit in it, which is a blatant fucking lie. The other dude got caught erotic cat lolly role-playing a few years back, admitted to doing it, and then he ever since has like denied it and sworn up and down he can disprove it. And it's like, well, if you just came on stream and debated me, it's like, but you're on video saying it was you and you did it, so, you know. And the third guy, he had this stream with like 10 viewers, and he was going like, no, it's okay that my Higo hoodie had lolly hentai on it because you only see their faces. Like, all three of them had their own mental breakdowns. Wolfire54, $5. Hey, Lolly, just watched One Piece live action. Gotta say it's pretty good. Have you given it a shot yet? I don't really like One Piece, so I don't know if I'd watch it. I'm mainly getting into Bleach. I'm going through Bleach again. I'm starting to reread it, and I'm starting to watch the anime, because I'm gonna watch every episode of Bleach, no skip, not even the filler. I got my hand stitched up after losing a fight with the ceiling lamp. No pain at all from my hand being sliced open. Wonder if my nerves are cut or something. Dude, I was cleaning my guns today, and I was cleaning my PPK, and those that have ever like taken apart a Walter PPK, you know how fucking like tricky it is, because you have to like rack it back and then fucking move the hinge under the trigger in the weird way. Well, when I was going to move the hinge under the trigger, it bit my middle finger on my left hand and drew a shitload of blood. I guess it nicked a vein or something because it was bleeding like crazy. And then at the same time, the fucking when I was racking the slide back, I got bit on my right hand by the slide. So for some reason, that gun wanted to fucking fight, and it hurt. Is there drama Bleach because the tranny? They censored the line with Giselle, yes. Where it's like, you stink of semen, boy. Now it's you know, you're a man, aren't you? Something like that. But legitimately, good filler in Bleach and 1,000 Year Blood War arc is hella good. I keep hearing the filler is really bad, though. Do you like Most Critical? I think he's disingenuous. He's one of the upper tier YouTubers now, where he sold his soul to the devil a while ago. I've seen people on Twitter unironically call legit pedophile hunters federal agents that investigate pedo rings pedophiles because they see CP to catch pedos. Yeah, I know that was the thing with Sound of Freedom, where they were gunning after Tim Ballard. They had first tried to say that Jim Caviezel, the guy who played Tim Ballard in the movie, was watching child porn to get ready for the role, and then he had to come out and say, no, I never fucking did. What are you talking about? And then that moved on to, well, Tim Ballard's a pedophile because he had to watch child porn all the time when he was an agent. And it's like, yeah, because he was a federal agent investigating child porn rings. He had to, like, that was a case where, yes, he was an actual prosecutor in a court. Now, obviously, he was a federal agent, not like a lawyer, but the point is he has to go through evidence. FBI is full of pedos. Yeah. But in Tim Ballard's defense, he wasn't FBI. He was Department of Homeland Security, which isn't much better, but Lolly the 80s Shankar DMC show survived. Also will most likely give Dante the 2013 Ebony and Ivory. Oof. Ooh, that's not going to be good. Also, ex-individual defended Leo Convoy, the guy who recently got into controversy for telling someone to record their own rape as evidence to catch a pedo. What the fuck? What the fuck is with these people? Jesus. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Ichigo X Rukia should have been canon. Yes, I'm still salty about Orihime getting with Ichigo, even though she's become a total MILF. I'm gonna throw a hand grenade. I'm gonna throw a hand grenade into this. Orihime, too easy. Rukia, better as a sister. Tatsumaki should have won. Rotisserie, $5. Hey, bro, sorry, Twisted Metal vid. Keep up the good word. Also, fuck them haters. It's not even a fuck the haters thing. It was a very specific group of individuals. I'm going to drop this now. Very specific group of individuals that did it. Eventually, we'll go back to Twitch. Eventually. You mean Tatsuki? Did I say Tatsumaki? That's not what I meant. Yeah, Tatsuki. Here's bias towards Tomboy. Don't play that shit. But yeah, Tatsuki, I like Tatsuki. She's the tomboy, so, you know, she's the one where she doesn't think she's supposed to get him. She's the childhood friend. And she's there since the beginning with Orihime. So, Tatsuki. I'm still really early into the anime. And I just started getting around to keeping going on with the manga. I'm like 10 or 12 episodes into the anime. So I'm enjoying it. I haven't gotten to the parts that like are really bad, like what people say. But I'm enjoying it. Yeah, Tatsuki would be my second choice. Too bad she kind of got forgotten by the author. Yeah. I've heard that the Rukia bias was product of the anime rather than the manga. Well, I mean, Rukia in the anime is pretty fucking fun. You know, she's got a good voice actress, and her character's a lot of fun. As stated, I don't really see Rukia as like a love interest. I see her as more of like a sister figure, where her and Ichigo have like a better... They have a better like friendship than I would see it as like a romantic thing. Dub or sub? I'm doing sub, because I know how to multitask, where I can watch a subbed anime and play a video game at the same time. Is Chad the best Mexican representation ever? Chad's fun as hell. Where like he's not even able to see fucking hollows, but he just picks up a fucking light post and just asks Rukia. It's like, okay, where is it? And he fucking beats it. All I gotta say is Rukia named her kid after Ichigo. See? She's a good aunt. She's a good friend. It's like the joke with like Chris Redfield and Jill and Resident Evil. They're just very good platonic friends. Chad got shafted by Kubo. To be fair, the cast gets pretty big, so some people just get forgotten. My favorite part is that episode with Chad and the bird when I was watching it with my brother, and I said he'd go to hell. And I said go to hell to Evil Hollow that killed a kid, and he did. Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good one. The fuck do you mean just friends? Just very paternal friends. That's bullshit. Rukia isn't a sister character. She should have gotten the Ichikak. That is one thing I noticed with going through Bleach again. Like, last time I went through Bleach, it was a long-ass time ago. I never even made it to 1,000-Year Blood War. So there was a lot I forgot. And the thing I kind of forgot was, like, you know, people always made the accusation that Ichigo didn't have a personality. And I guess I just kind of internalized that, where it's like, yeah, a little bit. Ichigo is kind of boring, but I think he's fun. He has a sick design. And now I'm going through it again. It's like, no, Ichigo's got he's pretty distinct. Like, he has something that sets him apart. It's not it's not something they directly, like, talk about all the time, but it is a thing. Ichigo did have one, though. Exactly. It's like, he does have a personality, you know? He's kind of a shit talker. You know, he can fight. Yeah, he likes his family. It's like, you can point out traits. Ichigo has one, just simple. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Ichigo's like Yusuke. Yeah. All right, we're going to swap on over. But yeah, you know, it's one of those things where I guess I just kind of internalized it as like, oh yeah, Ichigo doesn't have a personality and he's so boring, and I didn't really question it, but now I'm going through it again. It's like, but he did though. He did. This is my main. We're gonna go back to Punch Bunny because we gotta do something very special before we run out of time, and I gotta move. Damn it. Moving the chat box back to where it was. Here we go. Only mainstream shonen without a dead dad. That is true. His dad is actually pretty important. I mean, I guess Gon's dad's alive. It's just Gon's dad's also an asshole. More than that, a lot of Japanese fans love the Soul Reapers. Turns out Japanese love the concept of samurai Shinigami with cool weapons and lore. To be fair, it is a fun concept where, you know, going through it, I kind of realized that, like, Bleach is basically like a edgy 13-year-old's idea of like a magical girl series. I mean, it really is. I know also the fucking what else was it? And I forgot I also cranked up the volume on this because I was playing it. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I'm still working on the appeal. Moving on. I'm still working on it. I'm throwing my head against the wall. We need to go back to Udall. Very important thing. But yeah, you know, it is an edgy 13-year-old boy's idea of a magical girl series because there's a lot of the same elements where there's like, you know, the double life where you're trying to be a normal kid versus the evil monsters that are affecting the real world. You have the organization and your magic power and shit like that. Another thing to bring up is there was a lot of Yu Yu Hakusho elements. I know the anime especially where they fucking the fucking what was it? Yeah, there it is. The fucking anime filler has like literal Yu Yu Hakusho arcs that are repurposed. And we're going through this real quick for a reason. I do love how they introduce Ichigo by him fighting thugs who knock over Dead Kid Flower. Yeah. As to you do see distinct personality with Ichigo, and it also kind of reminded me of why I didn't really click with Jujutsu Kaisen, where Jujutsu Kaisen kind of feels like it wants to have a similar vibe. You know, no, I was obviously not saying like it's a complete ripoff of Bleach. It's not, but you know, it's similar vibe in that it wanted to set up a big world with a complex battle system and all that, like a lot of shonen do. And it really reminded me why it kind of dropped the ball, at least to me personally. You know, where, you know, Bleach, when Ichigo has to fight, you know, normal people, there's a good reason why, and you understand it, where it's like, hey, fuck you for knocking over this dead kid's flower. So right there you see, it's like, oh, okay, he cares about the little guy. He cares about, you know, especially kids. You know, he has younger siblings, so they matter to him. He reacts in a way that's grounded for a teenager, where he knows he's angry, but he doesn't know how to word it, so he'll just hit you. Then you get to the shit with the hollows, and he's obviously panicked, and he's just kind of reacting and hoping it works out. And in Jujutsu Kaisen, I always felt like main guy was, like, too adjusted. Like, when the supernatural shows up, he's too adjusted to that. You know, you don't have that period where he's just trying to make sense of what the hell is going on. And I think a lot of it's because, as stated, they wanted to rush to the battle system and show off all these different things. And it just doesn't feel as if you have that kind of connective tissue. You know, it is okay to take some time to build up to why this is cool. You know what I mean? Man got accepted way too quick. Yeah, it's what, you know, it's just, when he's fighting a monster, he doesn't even really react that much to it. So it's like, if you don't think the supernatural is impressive, how am I supposed to think the supernatural is impressive? You know what I mean? What about the part when he died? Yeah, I mean, that was alright, but I tell you, by the time you get to it, it's a little like, eh. My homie Ichigo is fighting for his lives in these hollow streets. I'm watching Yu Yu Hakusho right now. Nostalgia is amazing. I watched it on Adult Swim forever ago. It's a good show and had less red tape around script. Yu Yu Hakusho has some legitimately interesting moments. The arc where he has to kill somebody for the first time is legitimately interesting. Because, you know, it's not like a thing where he gets mad and he kills his enemy during a fight. No, he has to... He's literally tasked with hunting someone down and killing them. Now, granted, the guy he kills is a fucking piece of shit and deserves it. But, you know, he was a normal teenager and he had no idea what the fuck he was doing. What about My Hero? I never really got super into My Hero. Oh, God. Dick Bro is currently moving his way, working his way through the Chris Chan documentary. And he is being exposed to horrors beyond the normal man. So, press F for Dick Bro. Press F for him. Jujutsu is Yu Yu Hakusho without soul or heart. I know there's some parts of it that people really like, and there are some parts of Jujutsu I thought were interesting. It leaning on kind of like a horror thing with some of the bad guys, like the way some of those bad guys could kill you was like legitimately pretty fucked up. The scene where the guy just lights everybody in the cafe on fire, it's like, okay, that was pretty cool. The problem is, I don't know, beyond that, it's like, eh. It's one of those cases that I really don't like with the series where everyone except the main character is cool. Because if you don't have your main character be cool... How far is he? He just got to Blue Arms. The Blarms saga. So he's a ways into it. Weed Bro's just asking for it, Sandy. It's not Weed Bro, it's Dick Bro. Ichigo is voiced by the man John Hyung Bosch. Also, Khan is voiced by Quentin Flynn. Yeah, I'm watching sub. So... The cat girls in 14 are so damn cute. Come for me, Truck-kun. All these bros get me confused. Which part of the Christian lore do you think is going to break Weed Bro? I think you mean Dick Bro, and he'll know. I mean, he is aware of what happened with He is aware of what happened, you know, those few years ago with Chris and his mother. Dick Bro does know the ending. It's just all the stuff leading up to the ending. Yeah, Jujutsu doesn't get going until his long-ass Shibuya incident arc. Oof. You said Weed Bro first, dude. Check the tape. In my defense, I lost a bunch of blood when my gun clipped my finger. So, I'm blaming it on blood loss. Bro is at the gym broing it down. Is Jujutsu even that dark? Does it get darker than earlier installments? As stated, it has some like pretty horror. It has some pretty horror focused moments. Main guy has a friend who gets like mutated into a fucked up mutant monster thing, and is not able to save him. A bunch of people get trapped in the school when it becomes like a prison thing full of demons, and they are not able to save a bunch of them. So it's like, yeah, it has some pretty hardcore moments. Yeah, there's a reason we're doing this quest line. Seem to be pushing more gruesome death. As stated, it kind of always had the horror focus to it, so I'm cool with that. The problem is I kind of got out. Like, main guy just doesn't impress me. I'm not a big fan of his design, so, you know, if he gets to a point where he gets like a better personality or something like that, and he, you know, compared to a guy like Denji, where Denji is like such an everyman, and he has all those little funny moments that make him likable. And then, you know, in a fight, he's like a fucking lunatic chopping things to pieces. There's a distinct way Denji acts that I think is cool. Meanwhile, main guy is kind of like if Denji was just never affected by anything that ever happened to him. My friend's trying to force me to watch Jujutsu. Might do what Loli did and force him to watch Gintama. Gintama is good. Denji has his autistic soul girl. Yeah. Denji's just cool dude. Ignore the fact that he let the old couple and that kid die horribly. But he saved the cat. What is it with a lot of shonen just having the most boring protagonist? It wasn't always the case. You know, there are characters, you know, like, you know, Gintama or Dragon Ball Z or, you know, Bleach, where their main characters do have distinct enough personalities. It's just, now you have this thing where they really want to push the everyman. You know, the audience insert where it's like, there we go. They want to push the audience insert. They want to push the, you know, you the reader are the main character type thing. That's where you also have a fucking deluge of isekai stories where it's all just wish fulfillment crap. And it's a thing where they'd prefer, once again, to make the rest of the cast interesting. To kind of make up for the main character blatantly just being there as an audience insert. It's kind of like if you played one of those anime license games where it has like a creative character and your character like doesn't do fucking anything, and you're just around all the main characters. It's like that. That's what they want. Because it's easy and it's able to make big spectacle moments where the audience can feel good. Meanwhile, you know, you're not really diverging or doing anything that would make it stand out. And obviously this is just a stereotype. There's a lot of different shonen stuff where you can find main characters that are distinct. I mean, hell, look at Chainsaw Man. You know, Chainsaw Man exploded because it had such a unique personality to it. We need a Chad bro for protagonist next big anime. You are never going to believe what just got fucking approved for a remake. Fist of the North Star is officially getting a remake anime project for the 40th anniversary. So, the fucking king himself. It's going to be so good. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. Berserk, you fucking cowards, right? Everything that inspired Berserk and everything inspired by Berserk, but not Berserk itself. Bastard and Fist of the North Star, best timeline. We also got Rurouni Kenshin, and Rurouni Kenshin has been fun. It has been fun. I am enjoying it so far. Omae Womo Shinderu in 4K, boyos, yeah. Just wait until Twitter gets filtered by North Star like they did with Goblin Slayer and Berserk. Does make me wonder, are they going to stick as hardcore as the manga? Because the manga got pretty fucking hardcore more than once. Like, it got grisly in parts. You know, you have the Soldiers of Heaven, if anyone remembers them. King Crab Cakes for $10. I don't know, it feels more like anime manga these days. As cooler side characters outshine the mains. Bleach Jujutsu is a good example of this. Like I said, I like Ichigo. But, yeah, I know what you mean. And I kind of explained it. You have got to be fucking kidding me. Chat, look in the lower left corner. Hi, everyone. 18 plus Sugar and Spice Ultros Premier Hostess Club is now open from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. EST. Come by for drinks. TOD going on now. RP and lovely companionship from our amazing staff. They opened a goddamn ERP hostess club. Why would they do this? I just want to do this event quest. Why would they do this? 18 plus only, guys. 18 plus only. Oh, God. Oh, God. Grass, now. Join immediately. No, we're staying far away. We're staying very far away. Why would they do this? What do they accomplish? You tell me you don't get bombarded with ERP ads every time you go to the main city? I was genuinely not expecting fucking 18 plus hostess club erotic role playing in Final Fantasy XIV, yes. Majima Cabaret side quest. You know there's some motherfucker coming in there as Majima going like, I will manage this fucking hostess club and make everyone's life a living hell. And give me one quick second. Gay Dead Muppet Gangbang for $3. Do you see Duke's review of Kickassia? He actually admits that it sucks. That honestly makes me respect him since it shows he's not completely full of himself and can see the flaws in his own work, unlike other people. Change the channel. Spaz the Space Wizard for $1. Dan Tama said I had white hair in my neck. Hair. It was just a damn reflection. The anime games where your OC's sideline for the real characters always annoyed me. The only game where I didn't mind it was Gun Gale Online. Of all fucking places where you're shown as good as the MC. Yeah. I understand it. It's decent, mindless fun for like wish fulfillment shit. But it is one of those of like, I would rather just kind of play the main character and do the cool things. Like the Fist of the North Star game where you played as Kenshiro, you got his abilities, and you fuck dudes up. It's great. You know what game doesn't have rated 18 Hostess Club ERP? Starfield. Thank you, Todd. For now. That is true. Oh, damn it. I hit my phone. Yeah, Dick Bro just texted and is like, what do you mean you're telling me I'm only in, like, 2014? What are you talking about? He has no idea how much Chris did, even during COVID. I think especially during COVID. Makes me want to have someone in that Hostess Club roleplay as Fisto from New Vegas. Might reinstall Fist North Star game again. Just hearing it's coming back. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm almost finished with fucking Armored Core 6. I'm on the last chapter. I'm legitimately sad I didn't get to fight the Ibis fight vanilla. I wanted to fight it like pre-patch. Because that fight was genuinely really fun. Like, it's another case of if you just figure out the gimmick behind it, you can trivialize it. Where it's like, oh, you're super slow in the water, so just switch to the hover legs, fucking loser, fucking idiot. And it works, and you fucking rip it to pieces. But it's fun. It's fun. New Game Plus, even then, it's not going to be the same. Driving Fist and North Star game was legitimately the worst horror experience. Good thing everything else was really good. Yeah, it's like driving was just kind of there. There's a reason there wasn't much behind it. The stun needle just melts Ibis. Yeah, stun needle is really good. Like I'm kind of running. I guess it's a meta build where it's I have dual Gatling guns on the arms. I have the Songbird on one shoulder and the stun needle on the other shoulder, and it has been fucking vicious to about like 95% of the game. Like I have managed to trivialize a lot of it. What do you mean sort of meta build? Like, it's one of the builds that kind of takes advantage of how the game is right now, where, like, miniguns on paper don't do that much damage, but the rate of fire is so fucking insane, it completely overrides that. Even with, the overheat mechanic, it is still, like, fucking brutal up close. Songbird has kind of just always been a pretty dangerous weapon. You know, it's a grenade launcher, but like, man, you can do a fuck ton of damage. Yeah, you can see it in the stream I did with Shoto where we were playing the game, where 2 Songbirds could like take out half a boss's health. I think the patch kind of messed with that, but it still does a good amount of damage. And the stun needle also, like, the stun needle is pretty mean because it can stun an enemy and still do whopping amounts of damage, and it's kinetic. So if you upgrade the kinetic chip to where you do like 15% more damage, that means your miniguns and your fucking stun needle do like way more damage, and it's fucking mean. Gatling kind of sucks. You're not using it right. It is fucking brutal. There's just something magical about Kenshiro driving a Mad Max truck in the desert, blaring Super Monkey Ball music on the radio while towing arcade machines. Yeah. Now we get to meet God. Say hello to Yoshi P, everybody. Hi, Yoshi. I'm sorry that Square Enix is blaming you for them losing $2 billion. You did your best. Final Fantasy XVI was pretty good. Is this quest? It's still going on. Just go to Udall. It's the event quest. Gatling gun isn't about damage, it's about stagger. Exactly. Break their posture, because then you get direct hit damage, and that's where you fucking lay on the punishment. Which, if you let your Gatling guns cool down, you can give them another spurts. So, enough to break posture, and then enough stacked onto itself during direct hit. Yeah, you beat the game. And yeah, you get the Phoenix. They're blaming him for FF16 not selling. Yeah, it recently came out that fucking Square Enix lost like $2 billion post the release of Final Fantasy 16. So they're trying to blame it on Final Fantasy 16 is what cost Square Enix $2 billion. Then people who actually looked into it said, no, that's the combined losses of like Marvel's Avengers and Forspoken. You know, because they didn't meet anywhere near the amounts that Square Enix wanted. And now we have the Phoenix. Man, I just want FF16 on PC to be made in Dante. Yeah. I'll put FF16 exclusively on PS5. Yeah, exclusively on PS5. A console not a lot of people have because you couldn't fucking buy one. And even then, it still did pretty well. And we get fireworks to celebrate 10 years of Final Fantasy XIV. Did the ending of Sopranos piss you off, or was it just No, because I knew what it was going for. I kind of picked up on some of it, and then I was kind of half convinced, like, oh no, like that thing happened to Tony. I'm pretty sure. And then the director got caught in an interview where he basically admitted it. So it's like, oh yeah, I was right. So now I kind of like it. Yay! What was it going for? Fuck it. Show's been out long enough. Tony dies. He gets killed in a hit. Because they talk about earlier in that season that you never hear the one that will kill you, or something to that effect, where you never see your death coming for you. And Tony, famously, at the end of the series, gets cut off mid-sentence, or he's listening to someone mid-sentence, and he gets killed. Alright. So now, let us just go to a random area, central Dandelion. Yeah. It's just $2. What's your favorite aspect of Bloodborne? I love a lot of the design stuff. The world building is really fucking cool. I love the Lovecraftian horror. I love a lot of the mythology with the gods and like why they're how they were trying to contact him. It's like, I love a lot of that stuff with Bloodborne. Trying to remember how to get to my mounts. Wrong. There we go. Here. Now the interesting thing is, you don't ride the Phoenix. You become the Phoenix. And, once we beat the game, we'll be able to fly, but you are able to fly as the Phoenix. You can fly as, like, every mount, but you can fly as the Phoenix. Yeah. Become chicken. Tony gets whacked by the New York family. Paulie more than likely gets whacked right after Tony leaves him in front of the deli. Yeah. And by the end, Paulie's kind of asking for it. Paulie kind of becomes a dick towards the end. No more whale? I never said no more whale. I'm just showing that we have the Phoenix now. I gotta remember how we get to the fucking main quest here. That's crazy how Bloodborne trends on Twitter every weekend or so. Nothing happens, but one trend about minor social issues enough to change politician minds. So you're saying is we need to convince Joe Biden to get us fucking Bloodborne on PS5. Alright. I'm down. A guy in a members-only jacket enters the bathroom right before Tony's supposed deaths, mirroring a hit earlier in the show. Yeah, as stated, there's a lot of hints. There's dialogue that implies Tony's gonna die. The director flat out said the entire idea is Tony got whacked. Because the entire final season is setting it up because he just keeps pissing everybody off and making it worse and making it worse. And he's only just able to make amends with some people, and then he gets killed. Okay, airship. Okay. It is up there. Where are the whale? Did you free Willy? We're not in an area where we can use them. You can only use them outside of main cities, like mounts and stuff. Yeah, and from his family too. Supposes revenge for the Shah of Iran. Yeah. If it just ended at the diner, you think they had enough material to make another season? Nah, you can tell they were really wanting to wrap it up with that last season. There was a lot of like point of no returns. Like the shit that happens with Uncle Junior is like definitive, and Uncle Junior was a pretty key character in the show. So, yeah, it was kind of them going, hey, it's ending. Fuck. I did not intend... What do you think of the supposed alien corpse found in Mexico? I could literally see the paper mache. I could see it. Now we immediately got to go back. Yeah, Chrissy's dead. Sylvia's in a coma. Paulie definitely went turncoat. Crew fell apart. That's what I mean. Yeah. It's like... By the end, like, they made it very clear that, no, this is ending. It's over. Like, the shit with Chris especially, like, Chris going out the way he did, that was, like, Like, there is no way to come back from that. What's the point of the prequel movie? They were talking about doing a prequel series exploring the setup to the show. You know, kind of like Tony's childhood and the history of Chris's father and why he became such a legendary mobster. Stuff like that. Did sound like a cool idea, but many Saints of Newark didn't do as well as they wanted. It was literally just a really long premiere for a show. And it was just kind of a thing where it arrived a little too late. I liked James Gandolfini's son in the movie. I thought he did really good as like a young Tony, but, you know, it's just, kind of missed the mark. Cerberus and Fertile as my Alan Moore had such a lovely time giving funds, yeah. Openly said, like, oh, I'll give all my royalties or something like that to BLM. Everyone went like, no refunds. I skipped a lot of what made Chris's dad cool. Didn't show him taking out that crew in Boston. Yeah, as stated, it felt like a long premiere of a show, but then it had to crunch down a lot of the events to the point of, like, you know, there's no way you can make a show of this because you already killed off the guy that's your main character, which is Chris's dad, you know? It's a story about whacking off guys? Why would you watch that? Focus way too much on Dickie's Guma. I liked how it ended, but yeah, it's one of those you could see it coming from a mile away. Like, a mile away.
We keep treading the same ground.
Van Belsar's demands are clear.
Alas, our minds are not.
I've never been one to shy from a fight, but if this weapon of theirs can do all they claim...
Well, royalty check. DC doesn't pay Alan Moore royalties. Alan Moore makes $0 for each copy of Watchmen sold. He might have like a specific thing in his contract to where because he's listed as the creator, he can get like any kind of money for it, or it might just be him talking his ass.
Can we now, in good conscience, call upon them to risk what little they have left? I would spare them the pain of further conflict. Conflict, I say, though that would imply forces set in opposition. If the combined might of three primals could not stay Garlemald's new terror, what meaningful resistance can we offer? We who struggle to quell the foes who rise up within our own borders.
Nope. DC had him sign a contract to preclude royalties. So he's just talking at his ass. Okay.
Strike them down at no small cost, only for them to rise again and again. Are we to play this profitless game for the rest of days? I, for one, grow tired of it. Mistake me not. I do not propose to trade one tyranny for another.
Have you seen the Dawn Trail trailer? If so, what do you think of the theme and vibe? I do like that they're taking influence from like Final Fantasy X, and kind of going for like a tropical island thing. I think that's interesting.
I love liberty. But conciliation need not mean oppression.
By the 12. Though neither of you cried surrender, your every word betokened it.
You ever watch The Phantom starring Billy Zane and two attractive chicks? I have not.
There is truth in what you say, nor can I rightly claim that Ul'dah is ready to fight. Refugees flood our gates, and beastmen swarm our land, while the great and the good do nothing.
Ashley or Ada? Original, Ada, remake, Ashley.
I put on a grand show at the Remembrance service, made all all manner of lofty promises. I've made good on not a bloody one.
You see the Phantom Liberty trailer, the one they just point out? Yeah, it looks alright. Once again, it's a case of like, that cinematic is really cool, but I'd like to see gameplay.
Do not blame yourself, Raban. You said only that which the people needed to hear. All present have done the same.
Apparently the showrunner for Watchmen approached Moore jokingly and said, "Hey man, I'm going to ruin your series, haha," and Moore told him to fuck off, didn't want anything to do with him. Yeah, Moore is famously very protective of his stories.
If our words serve to kindle it in them anew, better we speak than remain silent.
I think like the only one he's ever like allowed to put his name on there is Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, which was made into an episode of I think either Justice League Unlimited or Superman the Animated Series.
Our enemy condemns us for failing our people. Yet what does he care for their well-being? While we labored to rebuild their lives, the Black Wolf built instruments of murder with which to end them.
Her Majesty speaks true. For all our failings, the people's well-being has ever been our foremost priority.
It was just League Unlimited. Honestly, the episode was a better version of the story. Oh.
While none among us ever doubted that the Empire would one day resume its war, we scarcely had
it was What to Give a Man Who Has Everything. Okay.
Of the present.
Aye, which is why we look to others to safeguard our future. The scions of the Seventh Dawn, alas, they are gone, and the Black Wolf is at our door.
Admiral! I fear you are mistaken.
Alphinaud, Minfilia, and Seven Hells. Master Garland?
Sup, bitch?
And you, dear friend.
By Ralga, you're alive. All of you.
HBO Watchmen is like watching a dark parody of superheroes get fucked over by SJW politics. Well, it's the thing of like, original Watchmen was like, oh my god, you know, how would superheroes react if they were faced with actual nuclear Armageddon? The end of the fucking world. And the new one is, but what about racism? How does racism affect you personally?
As we approached, I would swear I heard talk of surrender.
There's a tortoise in the table.
It is not the Eorzean way.
Islam Skeleton Tailors Justice League is awesome. They fought Nazis.
Hear me, my friends. Accepting the Garleans' offer to vanquish the Primals would be folly.
What the fuck are these costumes? Looks like 2000 sci-fi version of Dune, cheap and dorky. Are you talking about this or HBO Watchmen?
Folly, I say. For might is not the answer to the primal threat. Indeed, the more the Empire exerts its strength, the worse matters will become. Primals enter this world when mortals call upon
Both.
them, and mortals are wont to appeal to a higher power when they are desperate. Nothing is more certain to breed desperation in the beast tribes than the Garleans' proposed solution.
The true answer lies in a lasting peace. But the Garleans only know war and conquest. Should Eorzea fall into their hands, there will be such suffering as none can imagine.
The only racism anyone cares about in Watchmen was the comedian being one and killing Charlies left and right and center. Well, all around the comedian was basically the government's
You are
hitman.
not blind to the many challenges that each of your nations face. Yet you must not give in.
Didn't HBO Watchmen have Dr. Manhattan disguised as a black dude or something? Yes. Dr. Manhattan rediscovered his humanity by living as a black man. I'm not even kidding. And then he turned the main character, chick, like, he gave her his powers.
Remember what you fought for, what you were willing to die for. Let the memories rekindle the fire in your heart, for Eorzea has need of it again.
That's cringe. It was really bad.
What may. We Scions will never give up the fight.
And you want to know what they use those powers to stop? Racism. Not even something like, oh my god, the world's about to end. It was, oh my god, this town is full of racists. Didn't he die for getting shot too? Yeah. He gave her his powers with a fucking egg. Would you like this egg in your trying times? Alright. Give me 1 second, I gotta grab a drink, but... Yeah. There we go. But yes, it was fucking ridiculous. And the thing is, like, it's not even like Dr. Manhattan, him having the powers is like a good thing. You know, it's not like
together we shall safeguard the future of the realm.
It's not like Dragon Ball Z, where Goku having a straight power-up is only a good thing. No. Like, Manhattan's powers, even in the fucking original, were always like a horrible burden that drove him insane and disconnected him from humanity. Rotisserie $5. Is it possible that Sony knows about Pandemonium and the Apostles fighting the urge to eat the people of Falconia, but is willfully ignorant about it? We shall see. I have a nose for white supremacy and it smells like bleach. God, I can't believe there's a real line. People tell me it's like...
Wise words. Eh, Raban?
People defend HBO Watchmen. Wait, Black Dr. Manhattan was the real doctor? That was a black guy who's turned into a similar being. Either road is stupid.
Sid,
She was talking about Bleach, the anime. She goes into the fucking interrogation room, is like, alright, who's Ichigo's canon love interest?
Your words stir and
I'm tired of this earth, these people being caught in the tangle of their lives.
How could
But
I
don't be
possibly-
fucking racist!
I know full well that all we have, we owe to the sacrifices of those who went
I accidentally hit
before
the mic.
us. Yet the seeming hopelessness of our plight robbed me of my insight. We Gridanians have no love for war.
Why did Dr. Manhattan try himself black again?
Yet we have still less for those
Say we
who
will about
threaten
Snyder, but he
our
nailed Manhattan and the rest of the
homeland.
Watchmen, especially Rorschach.
Ever have we
I
fought
will
to
shit talk
protect
Zack
those
Snyder
things
every
we
single day.
hold
I will
dear.
make fun of him. I will
And this
accuse
shall
him of every
never
worst thing in the
change.
book. You know, I will spread rumors that he is a pedophile and ruin his life because I personally don't like his movies and they are clearly equivalent crimes. But he actually understood Watchmen. He had a bunch of over-the-top superhero shit in it, yes. But him and David Hayter were able to, like, take the comic page by page and adapt it to Watchmen. You know, adapt it for a movie. So it's like, you gotta give him credit where credit's due. And he understood how to play off Ozymandias. Like, he's not meant to be this broken down, like, oh, I'm so sad about what I've done. It's like, no, he's a fucking sociopath. Dr. Manhattan is basically a literal god. You know, it's like, he understood a lot of elements to Watchmen. And he understood that a lot of people like Rorschach. What kind of butt is that?
At last I hear words worthy of a founder of the Alliance. Well, Bon, are we to be outdone?
I lost one homeland. The thought of losing another had blunted my resolve.
And then Kefka laughs.
But no man knows better than I that if you want aught, you'd best be ready to die for it.
You're not supposed to like Rorschach, but if you don't like him, I question whether I like you. Well,
With great
once again,
danger
it
comes
buys
the
into
chance
the
for
bullshit
great glory
thing with the
and
comic
great
where
profit. We'll
Alan
die
Moore
who have turned sand
pushes
into
the
gold.
idea that
Know this
maybe
well.
you have to do something terrible to get a greater good done. In this case, kill millions in order to prevent nuclear war. That is the entire thesis of Watchmen.
Only have you pluck us out.
You know, would you be willing to murder millions in order to prevent the death of billions? The problem is the fact that, A, the only person who would ever come up with a solution like that is a fucking lunatic, and B, no, it's not right, because you are not the guy to make that decision. And that was kind of the thing that it pushes with Watchmen. You know, you have the obvious phrase of who watches the Watchmen, where it's like, hey, what if the superheroes do something bad? You know, that kind of thing. But it's also the fact of, like, this group decided to do this on their own with no oversight, no permission, and you're supposed to sympathize with them. Even Zack Snyder knew, hey, that's fucking bullshit, and really pushed Rorschach's perspective, which is, it doesn't matter, it's wrong. And I really like how he changed it to where Night Owl is with Rorschach when he dies, and he goes back and he beats the fuck out of Ozymandias, where it's like, you know, you thought you think you built Utopia, but it's all a fucking lie. You know, that kind of thing.
On account of being a pirate myself. And the pirate who shrinks from a challenge is no pirate at all. Those who would pick a quarrel with us must choose. Back down or go down with all hands.
What do you think of Doomsday Clock? I don't really like the idea of trying to make Watchmen a thing. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it's a really good story. It's really cool. It's iconic in a lot of ways, but it's not like Batman, where you can have like a million and one different iterations of Batman. Like, Watchmen is a one and done type story to me.
If our realm is to be free of this pall of darkness, let it be by our own hands.
It is and always will be a one-off. Exactly. Like, you know, I don't want it to be a thing where they're going around talking with Superman and stuff like that, because that kind of ruins a lot of parts of Watchmen to me. Where Watchmen, the entire idea is
how the weapon may be brought to bear against us.
Yeah.
The Maelstrom will secure strategic points along the coastline.
In the meantime, the flames will deploy and...
Yeah, Doomsday Clock said Rorschach thought So Expector was cute even though he hates women. Yeah, Rorschach's supposed to be like antisocial. Now, granted, it is a different Rorschach, but still. ER had the best take on Watchmen that if you aren't supposed to like Rorschach, why make him the best option? Well, as stated, the entire idea is Alan Moore is a fucking weirdo with his politics, where he believes he's a wizard. There's a story where Alan Moore believes he actually talked to fucking John Constantine, a character he created. Or at least helped create. And he buys into like this anarcho-communism thing. That's the entire point of V for Vendetta, where it's like anarchy versus dystopia. Juan Rick $2. Okay, Zack Snyder, you get 2 good movies, no more. Yeah. But the whole thing is, the entire thesis of Watchmen with the Doomsday Clock and 2 Minutes to Midnight was bought upon hysteria. You have to buy into the cultural hysteria of the 80s and believe that the world really was that close to nuclear war, where Ronald Reagan showed that was not what happened. You know, no, the Soviets were never going to nuke everybody, because the Soviets knew if they did that, everyone's fucking dead. On top of that, they were nowhere near as strong as they wanted to say. There's a lot of elements that make buying into Watchmen literally age very badly. But if you look at it from the perspective of they believe they're in the right, and they convince themselves that regardless of the consequences, it works a lot better. The Infinite comic was just her nationalism bad, okay? It's not quite that simple, because it does address the fact that V is a fucking madman, so he might be fighting a war that's not actually going on. But yeah, there's a lot of elements to it. To be fair, Alan Moore sold LSD in college, in high school. Yeah. Moore believes in an old Roman snake god, great writer for a lot of his stuff, crazy ideas in real life. Yeah. As stated, he unironically thinks he's a wizard. Rotisserie for $5. Thoughts on Justice League Unlimited? I really like their spin-off of Watchmen story with Lex running for president and the question fill in for Rorschach. Well, the question was originally meant to be in Watchmen, but they changed it to Rorschach as just kind of a way to differentiate it. But yeah, there's a lot of elements to Watchmen where if you try to take it literally, it ends up making it worse because you have to buy into the idea that, yes, the world really was that close to nuclear Armageddon, where even if America won Vietnam, it was never going to be that. It was never going to be that situation. You know what I mean? It was never going to get that bad. Yeah, you had the Cuban Missile Crisis and stuff like that, but it's one of those where you look into a lot of the Cold War and it's just two countries playing peacock.
I cannot well express my relief to think that the Alliance came so close to surrender.
Ozymandias' paradise built upon a foundation of sand. In time, the people will come to fight against themselves again, killing millions to only delay the inevitable. Yeah. Once again, his name is literally Ozymandias. You know, the guy who built a great empire and ruined it all out of pride. We're having a whale of a time here.
This warmth inside. Did you feel it too, Grandfather? I would know something. Was that your power at work earlier?
Gotta find it funny that Alan Moore and his wife had a relationship with another woman only for that woman to steal his wife and his kids.
Nothing of the sort.
Polyamory never works well.
had lost their way. I merely helped them to find it again.
Vietnam was America's paranoia about communism, and Russia when the Viet Cong fucking hate everyone, especially the French. Well, they had backing from the Chinese and the Soviet Union. The Viet Cong were absolutely a Soviet infiltration program in Vietnam. That's why when they were pushed up against, out of nowhere, you had dudes that like the North Vietnamese army that had fucking Chinese guns.
We must needs plan our next move. Pray continue liaising with your respective nations. Sid, would you be our man in Ul'dah?
So I'll more believe that the Russians, the Chinese, and the U.S. are about to drop bombs any second. In his defense, there were a lot of people who thought that. A lot of people were legitimately convinced of World War III with Russia. That's where you get Red Dawn. That's where you get, if you remember the plot scene, yeah. If you remember the plot point in Dark Knight Returns, when unnamed Soviet country fires a nuclear weapon, that was also from the time. Dark Knight Returns also takes pot shots at Ronald Reagan. It's like it was a popular mindset. It's just when you look back at it now, it makes it look ridiculous.
They have fanned the flames of chaos from the shadows. That they might work unseen, the Asians entrap and possess mortal men by means of malign artifacts known as crystals of darkness. One such crystal may yet be the key to.
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20 exactly.
This is a crystal.
Yeah, back in the mid to late 80s, a lot of comic book writers didn't like Reagan. Yeah, so it's not like Moore was like being an ultra contrarian with what he did. It's just the fact of. It's just once again when you look back on it with hindsight, and even at the time when you kind of look at it, it's like. But really?
Courtesy of the students of Baldessian.
That's on Dark Knight Returns. Super good.
Allies. Even for an Archon, Thancred's talents are exceptional. We all had complete confidence in him.
Didn't the Vietnam fight China and stop the Cambodian genocide?
The danger in sending him to
No.
investigate the Asians alone.
A lot of that was infighting because China wanted Vietnam as a puppet. Cambodia had Pol Pot, and the Vietnamese wanted their own version of Vietnamese wanted their own version of fucking communism.
Yet it was plain that he was overtaxing himself.
It had nothing to do with liberation. It had to do with the fact of like, hey, we all wanted to fuck you over, so now time to pay.
And work till he was dizzy.
And the toll taken by his exertions made him vulnerable to Asian influence.
The crystal that binds Thancred must be somewhere on his person. If we could but destroy it, his Ascian possessor would be compelled to relinquish control over
China
him.
invaded in like the 90s, but they never stopped the Cambodian genocide of anything to help it carry it out. Exactly. It's like, no. Vietnam had their own genocides going on. That's where you had to follow Saigon, where dudes were hanging on to fucking helicopters trying to get the hell out.
You have proven the stoutest of allies.
Wasn't there a Nazi chick in Dark Knight Returns with big tits and nipple sticker swastikas? Yeah. That was a thing.
Yet the most perilous struggle is still to come. For the sake of the realm. And thank
I think that was actually one of the first people Bruce fought to show he was back in town. So the Vietnam was China's Taliban. Well, yeah, China propped up the Viet Cong in the hopes of being able to spread communism in Vietnam, which they successfully did. From there, they supplied the North Vietnamese army and gave them weapons, intel, money, stuff like that. And when the U.S. left, they wanted to turn Vietnam into a puppet state. And the Vietnamese obviously had strong feelings about that.
The realm was saved from certain doom 5 years ago by heroes known as the Warriors of Light. What you may not be aware of is that your many feats in service to the Scions have prompted folk to make certain...
He threw her off a building. Yeah, it was something like that.
I must confess, you do remind me of them. Yet remember this, however glorious the past, it is the hero's lot to be judged on the deeds of the present. A new darkness threatens the realm, and the people cry out for a savior. I believe that you are she, a warrior of light, here in the present, guided by the crystal's will. Come, my friends, let us fight to safeguard the future of our beloved Eorzea.
See what I mean? Where like Minfilia is just such a positive person. She buys into everything so like, it's like, yeah, guys, we're gonna do it. We're gonna fight for the land. It's gonna be great. Makes the future events all the more funny. I don't even remember what she just handed us. It's vouchers. If only you knew how bad things really were. That chick was a dude named Bruno. No, it was a chick. It's just they thought it was a dude. Because, looked rough as fuck. Because, yeah, I think the comic even had to... I think the comic already had her henchman outright say, it's like, yeah, that's not a dude, but I understand why you'd be confused. Miller Shadow over Superman, Dark Knight Returns. He did, but I didn't feel like it was... Miller, like, Frank Miller does like Superman, so I don't think it was a thing where he hates Superman. I think he just needed a bad guy Boy Scout for the story, and he picked Superman because, yeah, Superman kind of fits the role. Plus, him and Batman always kind of had a rivalry. When they aren't best friends, they are rivals, so it's like, yeah... In the Punisher comics, did Punisher have kills by proxy? Like, did he get someone else to do it? Sometimes, but a lot of it's unintentional. He just likes to shoot people himself, because that way you make sure. I like the Dark Knight Strikes Again more than the original. I've never heard that opinion before. Plague for $2. Hey man, love your Berserk videos. Yeah. Yeah. Why does Lankara hate Frank Miller so much? He does not forgive him for Holy Terror. And he also has that thing where it's like, Frank Miller can't write a woman unless she's in some way sexualized, which is bullshit. If for, like, anyone that read a Frank Miller comic, I'm not even, like, a big Frank Miller fan, and I know this, like, no. Like, there's plenty of female characters that are not, you know, sexual. A lot of time when he sexualizes a woman, it's because she's specifically a femme fatale, where that's the entire point. Where Punisher didn't get to kill his targets. Well, yeah, it's happened a few times. You know, someone gets away. Like, Barracuda got away in, like, the first arc him and Frank met. Soups and Bats, best bros, better rivals, and lovers that one time in Berlin. Yeah, there you go. Like, yeah, I don't see the female Robin as sexualized. Yeah, considering she's like 13. So it's like, Lankara, what did you mean by this? That's on Kevin Smith's run on Daredevil. I never read it. I bet Frank Miller would stop a rape. Carrie Kelly was sexualized as Catgirl, but she was like 16 or 18 in Dark Knight Strikes Again. Yeah. A lot of people say that Batman Dark Knight Returns is fascist. It's the same people that believe literally any form of law enforcement ever is fascist. It's like, oh my god, you were in the military? Don't you understand that that's fascist? It's like, what the fuck isn't fascist to you? Like, any form of law and order is fascism? Okay. You say that, but I see you dialing 911 on your phone because a black guy walked by your car. A bunch of pedos mass support you on Twitter. Erotic cat lolly role players, yes. In Dark Knight Strikes Again, Superman had a daughter who, in Miller's words, refused to be dominated. It's the creepiest thing ever. Well, you know, I think about it in terms of, like, Superman, once again, represents kind of the government's lackey. Not all the time, because he does have moments where he bucks against him, like he let Bruce live, and he hides the secret that he's dead and all that. Well, not dead. So it's like, I kind of just view it as, like, angst rebellion. Most memorable thing Kevin Smith did was make a comic where Black Cat was raped for some fucking reason. Didn't he go on, like, a big fucking, like, feminist rant thing with the goddamn, He-Man thing he was in charge of? Advocating for civilian ownership of firearms is also fascist. What did they mean by this? Yeah, I compared He-Man to Jesus. Isn't he even like... Isn't he not even that big a fan of He-Man? He outright said in interviews where he didn't really know much about He-Man. I'm at least open about the fact I don't really know much about He-Man. Oh yeah, Kevin Smith tried to do a new origin for Black Cat where she got raped in college. Bullshit feminist college rape culture. And I bet that bit him in the ass. Do you see the director for the Power Rangers film reboot saying that in order to reach a bigger audience, Power Rangers has to leave its tokusatsu roots and become Americanized? The man that made a failed movie? It's Like, once again, it's a thing of like, hey, this thing is well known for being creative and unique and having its own identity. Why do you think, you know, watering that down and cutting it away and making it less distinct makes it more interesting? Yeah. Reminds me of Homestuck fans, specifically the Verskakins, where they wrote Homestuck sequels, where they tried to excuse Verska raping Tarvels, murdering people and stuff on autism and ADHD. I have no fucking clue what any of those words are. Need more Berserk? Get in line, asshole. What the Jaw Power Rangers movie was what the American Power Rangers movie was missing was a Jaw actress playing the female villain. That is true. Where's a good place to start with Punisher comics? Stuff like War Journal and Max, you know. The tokusatsu roots are what makes it great. The rehashed Breakfast Club aspect is why that movie failed. Exactly. Like, listen to what fans are saying. You are not the smartest guy in the room. Sometimes they know what they're talking about. I know it's kind of just a generic platitude to go, like, listen to the fans, but I mean, it's quite literally a thing of, why are you trying to market this to people who are not fans and don't like you? Eco Fadilla, I was waiting for Linkara to get hit with grape charges. Stop raping my female characters. There was some fuck in the 90s who want to make a story where Wonder Woman was raped. They even raped Rogue. The woman, no one can touch her. They die. But my general audience. For some false thing, the live-action One Piece was made with fans in mind. You say that. It just got approved for 12 seasons. You're gonna realize this was a monkey's paw by the end. I don't remember how to get up there. Yeah. There we go. I heard 6 seasons. I heard it was 12. It was either approved for 12 seasons or they said they had 12 seasons in mind. It was something like that. Yeah. Was 18 seasons actually. Oh, there you go. They're just gonna redo the anime shot for shot, but in live action, every single episode for 30 years straight. And Oda is most likely gonna get barred from helping. Yeah, they'll get sick of him eventually. Because Oda came out and said, I'm disappointed with what they changed in the live action series. If the creator is still creating it, surely he can keep the wokies in line, and Netflix should hopefully see the dollar signs when he interferes. You say that. You say that. Raping Rogue is a death sentence. Well, according to one guy, it happened. Anubis show for $5. Just discovered you last week. I've been binging segments from Descent. The fact you say the Game Awards unapologetic gives me hope. Yeah. There's another based off the live action in the works. Oof.
Eternus is a fucking killer!
Yeah. Bully him, chat. Yeah. How can they go that long? Actors can't have the same shelf life as animated characters. AI. Yeah, Hassan says everyone's a communist. Yeah. What's your favorite Final Fantasy? I really like Tactics. I really like 6. And I'm trying to remember what else. 16 was pretty damn good. Yeah, there's some good ones. Spend my morning watching a Mortal Kombat 1 story, 3 hours never get back. They turn Havoc into a sexy E-boy, but they can't give us sexy skins for the females. There'll be a DLC or something. Eh. Because they did it with fucking 11, where at first they're like, no, you get no sexy costumes, fuck you, objectification, and then they had like fucking classic outfits out within a year. Would it be wrong to put 16 among the top 3? That's up to you. It's a personal thing. I liked it a lot. I thought 16 was pretty damn fun. We'll have to see when the DLC comes out. Isn't this the guy who fears at the idea of God? No, this is a different guy. This is Ratain. Ratatan. The guy you're talking about is Is it Gaius? Might be Gaius. Real Lara Croft is back. Yeah, they just announced a fucking remaster of the original Tomb Raider trilogy. Which, you know what this means? There's hope for a Legacy of Kain remaster. My name is Show Taylor. So you plan on playing Armored Core 6? I already played Armored Core 6. And in fact, we did play it on stream. And it was a lot of fun. Kick his ass. Ugh. Oh hell, spider legs. Spider legs is pretty damn useful. They're not useful all the time, but the parts where they are, holy shit. They fucking break shit. It's great. Like I said, the Ibis fight, I fucking made I made a major aspect to that fight, which is the fact that you're slowed down in the water. Redundant, because I just used the goddamn hover legs. Ugh. I need to find the VODs then. Yeah. Should be like the second to last stream or so. I know the title has something to do with like human rights are expendable or something. Oh god. Can't touch me, Satan. As long as I don't touch the voice acting of Legacy of Kain, might be a decent shot. Oh yeah. I'll never forgive NetherRealm for replacing Karen's tradesman as Katana and Milena. Yeah. They wanted to do this thing where they had, like, celebrities voice people, but they picked the worst celebrities. Like, they picked fucking Ronda Rousey to be, God, no. I don't want to blank on her goddamn name. Fuck. Fuck, why am I blanking on her name? Sonya, yeah, Sonya Blade, yeah. They had her replace the voice actress for Sonya, and she fucking was awful, because it turns out, yeah, Ronda Rousey's not a fucking actress, she's a goddamn MMA fighter. And then they have Megan Fox voice a character in MK1, and you can hear the fact that, like, she doesn't know what to do. Yeah, Megan Fox and Natara, why? Yeah, and she can't fucking act. You know, at least when, like, Saints Row did it, it was at least part of the joke of, like, hey, we got a fucking porn actress to voice a character in Saints Row 3. You know, something like that. And, like, Mortal Kombat, I think it was 10 where they did it, where it was Ronda as Sonya. They were trying to go with the thing of, like, oh, but you see, like, Ronda's, like, a fighter, and Sonya's a fighter. It's like, yeah, but Sonya does, like, over-the-top fucking martial arts shit, and is not, like, a legitimate MMA fighter. It's like, crazy martial arts crap. You know, it's like, why would you get a grounded fighter for this character? There's no reason to. Ugh. It was 11? I thought it was 10. It's been a while since I played Mortal Kombat. Oh shit. Yeah, Run Sense so at a place next to Johnny. Yeah, compare it with Jennifer Carpenter in the fucking animated movie. Or it's like Scorpion's Revenge or something. She didn't do bad. Like, Jennifer Carpenter is kind of one of those where she overacts in a lot of stuff she's in, where a little bit too much effort, but she was not bad as Sonya. She was fun. And it's like, yeah, you know, get an actual fucking voice actor for this, not like, you know, not like, you know, an athlete or like some pick-me girl from like 2007 no one fucking remembers anymore. It's like, hearing Megan Fox's fucking Natara, I was like, she's still alive? I mean, I don't want to shit talk her too much. You know, she might be trying to come back. She might be a fan of Mortal Kombat, but it's like, I don't know. It just is like, what I heard was not impressive. Killed your buddies. Shitty, stinky. Jean-Claude shoehorned it into. Yeah, exactly. It's like, Megan Fox's statement is she drinks blow with her boyfriend. You know what that tells me? She was touched as a child by a Hollywood producer. You might think that's, you know, tasteless. But you know I'm not wrong. Oh god. Yeah, welcome to like Endgame 14. It is all about dodging AoEs. Not today, Satan. Oh god. A little bit of bullet hell. Don't forget Megan Fox's husband is Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah. The epitome of white trash. You just hear that and you're like, oh. Those children are coming out of the womb with hepatitis. Ugh. Oh, fuck. Ow. Now you see why you get good at dodging the AoEs. Alright. Do you know that your character can see markers because of the echo? Huh. That is interesting. Megan Fox pretty much what happens when the casting couch is low standards. She was pretty good in 2007. And that was 15 years ago. Ugh. Oh. She was mid in 2007. I didn't think she was bad, but it was definitely one of those of like, she was so caked up with makeup and like, you know, plastic surgery especially. You can tell when they have like ass loads of fucking plastic surgery. It's just, yeah, that shit always... You know, I'm a big proponent that we need to ban plastic surgery because women use it as a crutch. And it's like, listen, unironic, natural beauty will always look a million times better than fucking plastic surgery. Because plastic surgery ages like fucking milk. It ages horribly. And then you have the actors who get addicted to it and are desperate to look like they're 25 when they're in their 60s. And that's when you get Mickey Rooney. That's when you get Mickey Rooney, where it's like, okay, we have gone several steps way too far. Ugh. Well, this person uses a shotgun as a toothbrush and give them a little bit of plastic surgery. Eh. H-Bomber Guy made a terrible video on justification. I don't know if you saw it. I don't watch H-Bomber Guy. I don't watch people who I know don't, like... I don't watch people who I know I don't agree with and will only piss me off. I'm not one of those where it's like, well, it's good to hear an opposing side. It's like, no, I think you're stupid and I'm not going to listen. I will watch things I like because I don't want to have a headache. Yeah. There we go. Was Megan Fox even famous? On her knees, and she got in the Transformers movies. Transformers, and then everyone talks about how she did Megan's body, or like, was it Megan's body? But that succubus horror movie, no one fucking remembers that movie. Jennifer's body, okay. No one fucking remembers it. They only remember it because Patrick Starr was in it and everyone's promised Megan Fox tits, which weren't even in the movie. Yeah. Hypothetical Berserk MMO in the style of 14 takes place after Guts and Griffith kill each other, or RPG with CAC. That has decisions making that result in what if scenarios and endings. I don't like either. It's like, no, I want to play through the story of the manga as like Guts, because I want to swing that Dragon Slayer and kill things. There we go. Oh, fuck. Ugh. I like Megan Fox, April O'Neil. No one did. That movie was so mid. Like, it was just kind of like, hey guys, Michael Bay did Ninja Turtles. It's like, okay. He just did Transformers again, though. Like, he just did Transformers again. I mean, Megan's body, there's, I keep calling it Megan's body. And Jennifer's body, there's a lesbian kissing scene. Yeah, but that's not nudity, like what all the trailers fucking promised. Which is the only reason people went to go see that movie, because it was terrible. People also only remember the fact that Patrick Starr's voice actor was in it. He played, like, one of the... I think he played like one of the dads to like one of the victims. And he had that line talking about how he's gonna rip a dude's nutsack off. Question is, do you think Mickey Rourke's performance in The Wrestler was elevated by his looks after all the plastic surgery? Does make, yeah. Does definitely add a level to it. Because he just looks so beaten down and haggard. Yeah, the marketing lied about Megan being naked in the movie. She never signed off on nudity in Jennifer's body. Yeah, they lied. It was just some shitty horror movie about a succubus. And not even like a fun one. Oh god. Patrick Star from SpongeBob? Yeah. Patrick Star's voice actor voiced one of the, I think one of the dads of like the girls or something. And he has a line in the movie where he talks about how he wants to rip a guy's nutsack off. Barely clutched it. Oh fuck, we didn't clutch it at all. Yeah, welcome to Endgame or Realm Reborn. Oh god. Somehow getting scratched and killing the succubus gives you super demonic powers, Everyone's body logic. Didn't she get bit? It was something like that where the friend gets bit at the end. And that's what gives her like succubus powers or like turns her into one. Damn it. Ugh. Here. We shall... Yeah, we're already using our best stuff, so we'll just have to clutch it. I remember dying on that fight. Because his AoEs are, like, fucking brutal. No, it just gives her powers and she rightfully gets revenge on the people that started the situation. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. It'd be one thing if, like, she also became a succubus, because I know it was a thing where, like, Jennifer was the hot friend and the main girl was, like, nerdy. So it's like, oh, okay, the nerdy girl, you know, who is also pretty hot, but, you know, she hides it because she's mousy, ends up becoming a succubus at the end. It's like, that's, you know, fitting enough for this logic here. But yeah, if it's just she gets the powers, it's like, really? That's kind of weird. Hey. Ow. Don't really care what you gays think one shot of Dolly still getting into antics would be great. I'd love it if it came after the fucking main story. Because we're never getting the main story. Oh god. Yeah. And she could have also become like a succubus. Yeah, like I said, it was weird. I always assumed she just became a succubus, because that stage she gets bit, and it's like, oh, well, you know, it spreads the curse for her. I've not seen the movie in a long time, and gonna be honest, I have no desire to see it again. It's like, I remember it was a mid-horror movie. Ugh. Okay. How about these, Satan? Yeah. Our girl succubus definitely sounds like a hentai thing. I mean, the marketing material was all about, like, pushing the sexuality, so to deny it was a part of the movie would just be lying. It's like, yeah, there would absolutely be something like that there as, like, a fan service thing. Well, he has to review Jennifer's Body for Spooky Month. No. You think Hassan Piker and Andrew Tate are two sides of the same coin? Yeah. The fact people need that to be pointed out is sad. It's like, yeah, it's snake oil salesmen that say whatever you want to hear. And whatever you want to hear just differs from person to person. You hear me, you bastard? I'll cut off your nutsack and nail it to my door. Like one of those lion door knockers rich folk got. That will be your balls, Patrick Star. Yeah, like that. He went on a rant like that in the movie. Yeah, they both did the pickup artist scam. Exactly. It's like, it's the exact same fucking culture. Okay, perfect balance. Each stack allowing execution of weapon skill requires. What's your favorite interpretation of the succubus? A person like false fulfillment. I talked about it before on a stream, but I watched a series called Babylon, which was an anime, and it heavily implied that the serial killer that the main guy was trying to catch was a succubus, because she could like manipulate people into doing whatever she wanted, and it was a legitimately pretty threatening interpretation of one. So it's like, okay, they actually managed to make them scary. That's pretty cool. Now, I did think it dipped a little too much into, oh my god, super evil, genius, perfect killer. It's like, you gotta have her fuck up sometimes, but other than that, it was an interesting interpretation. Horrorflick Siren has a pretty good succubus. Yeah, I mean, it is an interesting concept. I mean, what is a succubus? I mean, it's a demon that manipulates men into falling in love with it and then committing murder or something like that, or they eat it. VHS, very famously, has a succubus monster in it. It's like, in fact, I think Siren is based off one of the shorts from VHS. Babylon Anime had a weird ending. That's where it once again dips into what I'm talking about, where it's like ultra perfect, serial killer, where it's like main guy has literally no reason to hesitate shooting her, like none. Now, if you're talking about the entire plot line in general, where it gets political and is like legalizing suicide, yeah, that just got fucking weird. Or for hentai logic, they need your cum to live. All right. Crack your knuckles, boys, now for the real test. Ugh. Oh god. Oh god. Run. Fuck you. No, what could the author mean by this? Canada anime. Ending took place in America, but yeah. Fuck you. If I can just get past this little hump. Now I gotta remember where the good space is. My name is with the succubus serial killer. It's called Babylon. Eat my ass. Oh, fuck. He whooping our fucking asses. He whooping our fucking asses. I'm gonna be honest here, Captain. I don't know if this is a good idea. We might want to avoid that storm over there. I don't know. Is the swordfish worth it, Captain? This motherfucker got AoEs for days. He gonna capsize a fucking boat, Captain. Oh, God. Captain, we're boss locked. Oh God, he's launching a cinematic attack. Fuck you. Gotta avoid the orange juice. Come on. Come on. He's almost dead. Okay, he's setting it off. He's setting it off. There we go. I completely forgot. Yeah, the pillars of fire point to where the attack directions are going to come from. So, here. Did anything from Nintendo Direct catch your eye? They're doing a fucking... I don't know if it's going to be a remaster or a remake of fucking Mario RPG. Paper Mario, 1,000 Year Door. And that's going to be super fucking good. I don't know if it's Paper Mario. I think it's just Mario RPG. A few actually did manage to avoid active investigations like BTK, even when I was waited to tip the cops off. Yeah, but even then, if you're going to make a story about a serial killer, don't have him just be some perfect dude who gets away with everything. That's not fun. You know? There needs to be the back and forth. There needs to be the mind game. We did it. We did it. We whooped ass. Oh, God. Sir, I am begging you, don't make me do this. Oh, God. How many phases does this boss have? I thought this shit got patched out. It didn't. It didn't. Come on. And the worst part is, I think it actually is a DPS race where, like, you have got to lower his health before he lowers yours. I just throw everything. To avoid damage move, you can't. He has you bound, so you're stuck in one position. There we go. Don't forget the brand new F-Zero game, F-Zero 99. Yeah. Who is Onision? Don't worry about it. You don't go to Onision's woods. Them's cursed woods. Ain't no one ever come back from there. Them good old boys that live in the hollow by Onision's woods, they talk about strange noises every night. You don't want to go down that road there. Did you hear the Western Willem Dafoe and Christoph Waltz is apparently really bad? That makes me sad, because that actually sounds like that could have been really good. I know they're doing a, like Taylor Sheridan, the guy who did the Modern Western trilogy, where it's Sicario, Wind River, and, De Hellenbach? I don't remember what the third one's called. I don't think it's De Hellenbach. It's the one where, fucking, the guy and his brother had to rob banks. He is doing a Western series based off, I think it's like Bass Reeves. One of the first, like, black sheriffs in America who caught, like, something like 3,000 some odd criminals. Hey, I'm opening up my thing of Starburst strawberries. Hell or High Water, that was it, yeah. Which, that one was really good. Do you pull hangnails or clip them? Pull them. Is the only way to get them for good. Hurts like a motherfucker, but you do what you gotta do. Wind River is getting a sequel. That is weird. I mean, the story's pretty definitive. I'm not sure how you can do a sequel. How old are you? Closer to 30 than 20. I only wanted a few of these. I gotta make the most noise possible putting them away. Jeremy needs to watch out for more snowmobiles with a sequel to Wind River, right? He probably has, like, bad memories. Man, not gonna say his age. I thought people kept up at this point. It's like, yeah, I'm 26. Or at least I'm gonna be 26 in like 2 months. Do. Pog November, baby, yeah. Sagittarius for life. Can't believe Wendigoon's younger than me. Yeah, I heard something where, like, Wendigoon's, like, what? Like, fucking, like, 24 or something? Like, I heard it and I was like, okay, no, fuck you. No way he's that young. About to be 23 in 4 days. Gonna try weed for the first time. My suggestion is be alone, because you will have friends that will try to fuck with you, and it will make you anxious as hell. Yeah, Wendigoon's 23. Oh my god. My god. Yeah, the times that Weed Bro has talked me into trying, I have never enjoyed. Berserker's a literature book would be as effective. No, because I mean, like, it being a manga is half the fucking appeal, where it's like an over-the-top action story with awesome art. Never did drugs and probably never will, born with a bad heart. Yeah, that's not a wrong mindset to have. Like I said, the times I tried, I did not like it. Like, Weed Bro would be like, oh, you'll get over the paranoia and the anxiety and you'll relax. It's like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it because, like, it's a thing where all I feel like is, you know, the problem is he only ever wants us to smoke with him on nights where we have to be out by a certain time because everyone has work in the morning. So it's like, motherfucker, why would I, you know, smoke weed at like 9 at night if in 3 hours I have to drive home? So it's like, I don't want to be, like, fucked up trying to drive back to my house. You know, he doesn't give a shit about that. He has fun with that. He's experienced in that. But to me, it's a thing of, like, I have better things to do than get pulled over. Yeah. You gotta make sure everyone feels positive. Yeah, I used to drink, but now alcohol tastes like shit to me, unfortunately. But hey, saved me hell of money. Yeah. That's kind of another thing where I'm like, you know, I don't want to spend a bunch of money on stuff like that. I feel guilty enough when I, like, buy a sick pack of beer or, like, you know, buy a cigar or something where it's like, man, that is like 12 bucks I could have spent towards something else. You know? I hate these types of quests. They are really gimmicky. It's like the only times I really ever interact with the social stuff beyond yelling at somebody. After I quit weed, whenever I tried it again, I hate it. After years being a stoner, now if I do, I feel like the guy in the stoner movie's like, I'm freaking out, man. Yeah. Trying to sell my AR, and I got an email about my ad from some chick advertising her OnlyFans. Bitch, I need money. Just go to a pawn shop at that point. Pack of 6 is 20 bucks. Like I said, I buy cigars, so yeah, it's like 12 bucks each. You have to do it to him too. Oh my God. Person last reposted this comment the other week. My work college stole one of my monsters I had lying in the work fridge, so naturally I told him if he does it again, I'll choke him. That's fair enough. Has Breed Pro ever tried to introduce any of you to butt sex? No, he specifically is like, nah. he has no interest whatsoever in hitting on a homie. Where it's like, thank you for respecting that. There is a line. We accept sexual deviancy up until it affects us personally, in which case we'll hit you. Pack of smokes here in the commune of Canada is like 20 bucks unless you go to reserve like me. Then it's 15 for a carton and 10 for ounce. Jesus. I mean, hell, that's good enough motivation not to smoke. Cigars, but we got rackets over here. I keep it to where it's like once or twice a month. I don't want it to become like a full-blown habit. It is a treat to enjoy a successful month. It's not meant to be a habit, you know? Berserk was just a novel, known controversy of gruesome content would still be known as right now. No, because as stated, the appeal of Berserk is Miura's like super fucking insane detailed art, and you would not have the same impact with prose. It would not be the same. And as stated, Berserk's already really stylized. You know, I don't want it to be something completely different because at that point, that's not what I love about it. I mean, hell, Berserk's already massively popular as it is. It inspired one of the most popular fucking video game franchises on the planet. I just don't like having the smell of smoke in my clothes. Yeah, as stated, if you don't do it often enough, you don't have to worry about it. Have you read Suicide Squad? Get Joker in it. Red Hood leads the team. It also has Wild Dog in it, who got put in the team after he got arrested for leading the January 6th votes. Based. I feel similar about the Bleach novels are devoid of Kubo's art and vibe. That's what I mean. It's like you're reading manga because it's a visual art form. You know, you have the pictures to go along with it. So it's to a point of like, you know, why would I read a book version of that? It's not like a light novel where you're reading it as a book first and then it's translated to a manga. No, it's to me, it's kind of just, you know, sacrificing one element of it that gives it its unique flair for the sake of what? Trying to get approval from people who you already don't give a shit about anyway. Oh. I see we have been volunteered to go fight Ultima. Okay. Didn't ask our opinion on this. Berserk does something that Americans fumble at in terms of style, that the art never looks stiff. Yeah. I mean, Black Swordsman's one thing, but, you know, after that, it, you know, fucking shoots for the stars, and it's awesome. You should play a red mage for the faggoty rapier, which would be fitting for Casca. But we are Punch Bunny. In theory, this is the last part of the 2.0 questline. In theory. But it's not. It's weird seeing people do Dragon Ball fanfiction novels. They write it like Western sci-fi soap dramas. I hate all of you. Let me check what time it is. 2.5 hours. Okay. This is going to take a long time. This is like multiple final battles, one after the other. So I'm gonna be a dick. It's shorter now. It is, but it's still like... I'm gonna be a dick. We shall call it here. And save this for our next our next thing. Short stream. It still is like 3 hours. It's almost 2 in the morning here. So we shall log out. We shall call it. Yeah, we'll save it for next stream, and we will wrap up A Realm Reborn and get started on the patch quests. Last part's at least 40 minutes. That's what I mean. Like it is multiple. Like once the end game starts, it doesn't stop. It is one after the other, one thing after the other. So we shall save it for now. It's just a little too late for me to want to stop it because once it gets started, we cannot stop. So I want to save it to where we can begin the stream, jump into it, and then do it. But yeah, we shall call it. I also want to restart the dryer because I had some laundry in there and it's still kind of wet. So gonna do that. But yeah, we shall start it. We shall finally finish up A Realm Reborn. 10 whole parts just to get past that alone. Now granted, it has varied in length, some more than others. But yeah, we shall. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. Gonna be a lot of fun, guys. It's gonna be great. 5 more minutes. I'm almost about to come. Oh, we have to wrap it up now. We have to ruin this guy's night. I think you're right. Most people don't read novels. Most are fodder. Well, it's just the fact of like, hey, manga is supposed to be different. So it's like trying to read a novelization of a comic book. You're kind of missing the point there. Yeah, Praetorium has unskippable cutscenes and they get long. That's what I mean. Like, they get long. So let's save it to the next part where we can start at like, 10:30 at night, and then from there just jump immediately into the game and just fucking speed through everything. So none of the boss fights are particularly that tough. It's mainly just, once again, watch AoE shit. Because you can see, like, that boss we fought wasn't necessarily hard. The Rataton dude, he wasn't necessarily hard. It's just, if you get caught in his AoE, you're fucked. You are fucked. Yeah, it'll be an event when it happens. I'll get energy drinks and snacks. Exactly. The Praetorian cutscene goes on for a while. What are you gonna do with your Twitter situation? Get it appealed? I'll lob in an appeal like, once a day or so, just to see what'll happen. Because it was a big account, and it got flagged by erotic cat lolly role players, and that's not cool. But yeah. Definitely always about to start working out and have to go to Jack's show for background noise. It's almost 2 a.m. here. It's almost 2 a.m. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see, because once we finish up A Realm Reborn, it's going to be patch quests. And full disclosure, there's a lot of patch quests to A Realm Reborn. There's a lot of patch quests. So many, in fact, that I think it's actually about as equivalent to mainline A Realm Reborn, if a little bit longer. So it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. Then we get to Heaven's Ward. Heaven's Ward is really good. Then you get to Stormblood. I personally like Stormblood. I'm enjoying it so far with my main. Some people are torn on it. They think it's kind of boring. Then you get to, I think, Endwalker. No, Shadowbringer. Shadowbringer after that, which everyone agrees is like fucking fantastic. So I think that'll be really good. But we shall see. We shall see. Stormblood base is mid. Patch quests are amazing. Okay. Good to know. I play Baldur's Gate. I would play 14, but Baldur's Gate has me by the nuts. That's fair enough. Irishman recently said that he was going to look into picking up 14 and playing it with me and Shota, which I think would be a lot of fun. Do you find out whether the sailor retard flagged you or the cat pedophile did? Definitely someone in that circle. I don't know who, but definitely someone in that circle. Oh yeah, did you build your gunpla yet? It's still in the box, because I know if I start, I won't be able to stop. But considering the fact that I just got a new video done, which is, you know, it's unlisted for my early bros, be made public tomorrow. I might just say fuck it and build it tomorrow. I might. But, you know, we shall see. We shall see. Well, he has yet to take the plastic crack. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But yeah, that is the goal in mind. We shall have a lot of fun with A Realm Reborn. So next stream, we will finish it up. It'll be great. I might even make an extra day of it. I might, you know, it depends. But we shall see. We shall see. Stream if you don't give us live commentary tonight. Nah, I'm tired. I'm tired. But thank you to everybody who showed up. Really, really fun. Really fun. Good stuff. So, gonna be great. Gonna be great. Yeah.
Look at your friends and the people you think you know. If you want to be honest and face the truth, then there's not really much that you know. You know it for years just by the face, and you never ever go beyond. You're scratching the surface, there's more to know if you really want to go on. It's the maze of love. The maze of love. It's the way you like. When you look at your friends, take a look at yourself and find out what goes on inside. It's really easy, you just relax and you face the truth as it comes. You can take the good with the bad, then you're starting to run. It's the maze of love. The maze of love. Too many people are running around and trying to find themselves. If they could only understand it's the egg and not the shell. Stand too close to the mirror and you won't even see yourself. It's the maze of love. Maze of love, 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 love. Maze of love. Take a look around, just look at your friends and the people you think you know. If you want to be honest and face the truth, then there's not really much that you know.